from a philosophical level, is it right for one entity to control all the Bitcoin? Okay, that's something, if you're true to what Bitcoin is about, there should be a limit where you say, well, I don't need to do that. But let's assume that he doesn't blow up because of the leverage, because the cost of borrowing is zero for him, and he's got enough assets to cover stuff. Yes, some assets might have to get sold, whatever. I worry more about the leverage it creates in the system, because MicroStrategy is trading at a huge premium. That premium is somebody else's arbitrage. And so whether they're buying Bitcoin selling MicroStrategies or buying the options from the convertible note and that are very cheap and selling more, somewhere within that system is an enormous amount of leverage happening.
Yep.
And I don't worry so much about MicroStrategies. I worry about the unwind of the other side of the trade. Because people focus on the MicroStrategies because it's flashy, but this is what happened with Grayscale. Grayscale was trading a huge premium. People didn't realize it was creating gigantic leverage, and everything was one trade, and there was one big customer, 3 Arrows Capital.
Yeah.
And when they were forced out of the trade, it took everybody down, including Genesis, who were the arm of Grayscale, right? So they didn't see it coming either. Nobody knew there was one customer, and that's very typical of a leverage blowout. So we're creating fragilities in a system. The other issue that I've got is there's the 2 times levered MicroStrategies ETFs. Everybody's trading those. That's causing probably a large part of the premium, plus a bunch of Europeans who can't buy Bitcoin in their pension plans, so they buy. So there's a bunch of premium being driven by this stuff. But what happens when the market turns and the 2 times levered guys sell?
Yeah,
it comes twice as fast in an illiquid market to the downside. Before you know it, MicroStrategies is trading at a discount to NAV. That blows up all of the people who've been in the arbitrage trades. You know, there's all sorts that can happen that people don't think about. And I've been in financial markets 34 years, and I've seen this repeat and repeat and repeat.
There you have Raul Paul. He's sitting here telling you to be very, very careful, because as MicroStrategy has volatility to the upside, there's going to be some unwinding to the downside. Now, we do agree with this. You know, there is going to be a bear market at some point, and because it's a levered Bitcoin bet, when Bitcoin goes down, it's going to go down even faster. So that's something definitely to be mindful of. But you know, we don't think that Michael Saylor is going to blow the system up. We think in a bear market scenario, he's going to keep buying on the way down the same way he's buying on the way up. He's going to keep buying forever. And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption, but if you're interested in trading MicroStrategy options, any other stock out there, Bitcoin, Solana, or any other crypto out there, you can now do that on MooMoo. And if you sign up with our affiliate link, which we pin in the comment section, also in the description below, when you sign up and deposit any amount, you're going to receive up to 20 free stocks, and each one of these stocks could be valued at up to $2,000. So make sure to sign up with MooMoo. Go get that free money. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video.
And getting straight into it, as you see, this is from 2015 all the way till present day. You see the United States, as far as search terms go, has been killing it for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And one sleeping giant that people aren't noticing is Brazil. Now look, you know, it at one point was very parabolic during a bear market, but Brazil sort of been in the top 4 countries, and it continues to outpace even some of the big giants like China. So check out that. You know, the United States has stayed in the front, you know, because financial capital of the world definitely makes sense. But as you see, there are a global arms race. Look at Brazil passed the US at one point as well. And right here, look at the Bitcoin halving. If you think this top is in, people are calling for the peak, calling for lower price action. We don't prescribe to that. It's a buying opportunity, and we are curling up the spring. There's a fractal pattern that's playing out. We're going to show you and what's coming next. And it sort of aligns with the inauguration, but right here is sort of similar to where we are right now in 2025. So seeing a 120 to 140, $50,000 Bitcoin is definitely in the cards. Look at the pre-election pump, the pre-inauguration dump, and the post-inauguration pump. This isn't any rhyme of why this is the time of what's going on. Look at 2021. We ran up to about 40,000 by the end of 2020 into 21, then had a brief cool off into January with the new election. And look what happened after election. The fun begun. And right here, look where we're at. We had this wick down here And next week, President-elect Trump will become President of the United States officially. Post-inauguration pump will commence. And look at tech dev. Everything is rhyming almost perfectly. Look at this pattern. You have this bottoming out, sell signal. Bottoming out, sell signal. Bottoming out, sell signal. Rinse and repeat. If you don't see what's going on, you're living under a rock. TA Trader Allen's giving you his Wyckoff reaccumulation example with Bitcoin. What we see is that Bitcoin did put a peak in, and it's just coiling up in this spring pattern. And you see, where is this target up? About to 99,000 before we have a back test. And then this will be the last opportunity for a back test. So looking at Bitcoin, where it is right now, this line is right here. We just tested this. So we wicked above it and ran into resistance. You see this wick. We could trade at this pattern for quite some time. No, this is the 8 hour. So you want to pay attention over the next day to see what this price action gives you. Now, right at the current time it's recording, we're right above it. So could we trade higher? The next level to pay attention to would be around the 99.3 level. Will this sort of base out before we get a little bit of a retracement back down into the mid to low 90s? This will be putting in a higher low. And if we look at this here, will this be the back test that we're waiting for? Is this the level right here, or is this the level right above it? Either way, you see that we could be running into some resistance in the short to mid-term. We could be running up and potentially wicking up to this downwards resistance that we ran into once and twice before. And if we do see this, this will be that pullback that TA Trader Allen, the Wyckoff reaccumulation example, is talking about. That's around that $98,000 to $99,000 threshold where we are right now. So this candle is looking very bullish, but at some point we're going to get some exhaustion. We're going to get a cool off, and people are going to then be calling for lower price action, because if you note here, we have been putting in lows and higher lows and lower lows. Look at these wicks. But because these wicks have been bought up so aggressively, this is definitely a part of this Wyckoff accumulation. As you see these wicks down here, that's a part of it. It wants to fake people out to make you feel like, oh, this is another higher low, so we're going to come and put in a lower low and go into lower price action. But really, it's just forming somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders pattern before we break out, retest the previous highs, get a rejection, then off to the races. Rinse and repeat. So look here, MicroStrategy is that next level to pay attention to. We got that UT level up here. Check it out, UT. And then we got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And look at the price action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And right now we're getting that relief rally, which is equivalent to right here. And then we're going to get the retest. So MicroStrategy at the current time it's recording is trading around 360. We haven't had the market open yet, but this potentially could be the level that, you know, we just sort of sit around the 360 to 370 range before we get some exhaustion, come back down. Now, where is this green box? Why does this look familiar? This sort of coincides with Josh Mandel's $325 spring, where it's about to get extremely crazy. We agree with this because if we do get a retracement of this going into inauguration or post-inauguration over the next week and get this retracement back down to the 320 to 330 range, this could be this back test that we're looking for before we then get that continuation to the upside going into February. So when we come back up, it'll be able to do something like this. Could get rejected here, come back up, break through this, back test, come back up, get a rejection, then come back up, and then off to the races into February. This is that Wyckoff accumulation that TA Trader Allen is showing. At the current time it's recording, Bitcoin is about 99,000. So it's something that you need to pay attention to. We're not going to just go off to the races and just have a continuation forever. This is going to cool off eventually. This looks bullish, but we're going to have one more cool off down to this area. And then this will be the last load up zone before the fun really begins. Where is the technical target? Bitcoin Habibi is weighing in. And if you're not familiar with Bitcoin Habibi, he's been given a lot of calls very accurately. And what he's saying here, I help you go through the bear market by predicting 20 to 40K. Then he did 60 to 108K. And now he's predicting 90 to $120,000 plus. He actually has us going for about 122,000, but that is where the next target would be for Bitcoin. So what Bitcoin's price action would look like, we get our brush, we could come up here, we could actually get a wick up to almost 100,000 again, and then come back down and get this retest. And once again, this coincides with this back test right here. We're not going to go as low as we went before. This is just going to be a higher low, depending on, we could come back all the way down to the low 90s, but as long as it's a higher low, that's what, you know, this is going to just coincide with the Wyckoff reaccumulation. And then we're going to come back up to where we just retested. We're going to blast through this, come back up, maybe get a brief cool off before ultimately coming back up and getting into new price discovery. So this is what you want to pay attention to. This is what we see. Bitcoin is getting ready to blast off. Once again, Bitcoin and BB's prediction is 120K plus in the short to mid-term. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.